On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a military operation against Iran. Within days, Iran's supreme leader was dead. Its nuclear facilities were struck. Its air defenses were shattered. The Islamic Republic, the regime that has spent 40 years building itself into the most powerful disruptive force in the Middle East, was brought to the brink of collapse in less than a week. And yet, Iran fought back. Iranian missiles hit early warning radars across the Middle East with shocking precision. Drones swarmed Gulf states in coordinated waves. The Strait of Hormuz, the throat of the global oil market, was slammed shut. How? How does a country absorbing one of the most powerful military strikes in modern history manage to fight back with that kind of accuracy? The answer is Russia and China. But here's the part that nobody in mainstream media is telling you. Russia and China are not saving Iran. They are using Iran. And understanding the difference between those two things will change how you see everything happening right now. To understand what is actually happening, you need to know how this alliance was built and why it looked, on paper, like the most dangerous partnership on Earth. After Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, something accelerated in global geopolitics. Countries that opposed American dominance began moving closer together faster than anyone in Washington had anticipated. Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea started acting less like separate rogue states and more like a coordinated bloc. The military ties deepened rapidly. Starting in 2019, China, Russia, and Iran began holding annual joint naval exercises, the Sea Security Belt series. By 2024 and 2025, these exercises had grown larger, more sophisticated, and more public. Iran joined multilateral drills organized through the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. North Korea even began participating as an observer in Russian naval drills, marking the first time Pyongyang had ever done so. Russia bought over $4 billion worth of Iranian Shahed kamikaze drones, the same drones being used to devastating effect in Ukraine. In return, Russia provided Iran with trainer jets, attack helicopters, armored vehicles, and rifles. Iran essentially became Russia's drone factory, while Russia became Iran's arsenal. China, meanwhile, has been building a deeper relationship with Iran since 2016, when President Xi Jinping made a state visit to Tehran and signed a strategic partnership agreement. By 2021, this had evolved into a 25-year cooperation plan. China would invest $400 billion in Iran's economy in exchange for uninterrupted, discounted Iranian oil supplies. So, when the bombs started falling on Tehran, where were they? Russia did not send troops. It did not deploy its air force. It did not fire a single missile in Iran's defense. But what it did do may be more dangerous in the long run. Russia has been acting as Iran's eyes and ears, providing a level of real-time battlefield intelligence that has fundamentally altered the balance of power. In 2022, Russia helped Iran launch the Kayam spy satellite, a Russian-built reconnaissance satellite based on the Canopus 5 design, capable of capturing imagery at 1.2-meter resolution. This means Iran can now task this satellite to take high-definition photographs of specific US and Israeli military bases that don't appear on any public map. When American or Israeli forces move, Tehran knows. And then there are the fighter jets. Russia has begun delivering a 48-unit order of Su-35 Flanker-E jets to Iran. These aircraft are equipped with technology specifically engineered to detect and engage low observable stealth aircraft. Russia is giving Iran the ability to see American stealth jets coming. But perhaps the most alarming piece of intelligence to emerge from this conflict is this. Reports indicate that Russian officials have been sharing the precise coordinates of American warships and aircraft directly with Iranian military commanders, allowing Iran to target moving assets, not just fixed installations. In exchange for all of this, Russia gets a testing ground. Every Iranian drone, every missile, every electronic warfare system deployed in combat is being observed, evaluated, and improved. Iran's battleground is Russia's research laboratory. China's approach is different from Russia's, quieter, more patient, and arguably more strategically significant. where Russia provides hardware and intelligence, China has been rebuilding Iran's entire military nervous system from the ground up. The most important piece of this is a technology most people have never heard of, Beidou 3. Beidou is China's answer to America's GPS, a constellation of satellites providing global navigation and positioning. And here's what makes this critical. Iran has officially transitioned its entire military architecture away from US GPS and onto Beidou. Think about what that means. GPS isn't just for navigation. It guides missiles to their targets. It synchronizes military communications. It coordinates troop movements. By moving Iran off GPS and onto Beidou, China has handed Tehran a military communications and guidance system that the United States cannot jam, cannot shut down, and cannot monitor. Then there are the components. Chinese sensors, voltage converters, and semiconductors have been identified inside Iranian drones. The same drones being used against US interests across the Middle East, and the same drones being supplied to Russia for use in Ukraine. China isn't building weapons for Iran directly. It is supplying the parts that Iran assembles into weapons. That distinction gives Beijing plausible deniability while Iran gets the result. Step back from the battlefield for a moment, because what Russia and China are doing in Iran is part of a much larger strategy, one that has almost nothing to do with Iran itself. This conflict is a test. America and Israel went to war believing they held decisive technological superiority. Stealth aircraft that radar couldn't detect, precision munitions that could hit any target, electronic warfare systems that could blind any enemy. The era of unquestioned American and military dominance is being directly challenged not by Iranian ingenuity, but by Russian and Chinese technology operating through an Iranian proxy. There is also a financial dimension to this that is quietly devastating. Iranian drones cost a few $1,000s to produce. American interceptor missiles cost millions. Every time Iran launches a drone swarm and forces US or Israeli defense systems to respond, it creates a massive economic imbalance. Western nations are spending millions of dollars to intercept devices that cost almost nothing. That equation is unsustainable. And strategically, Russia and China gain something invaluable from all of this, even if they never fire a single shot themselves. They get live combat data. They get to watch American and Israeli systems perform under real conditions. They get to identify weaknesses in Western military technology that no simulation could ever reveal. Iran's battlefield is their laboratory, and the experiment is running in real time. And if Iran survives, if the regime holds, then Russia and China emerge with a proven, battle-hardened proxy on the doorstep of the world's most important energy choke point. And Iran, equipped with satellite intelligence, precision guidance, anti-stealth radar, and supersonic anti-ship missiles, all supplied by the two largest rivals to American power on Earth. If Iran falls, Russia and China simply pivot. They will build the next Iran somewhere else. This is the new shape of great power competition. No declarations of war, no tank columns crossing borders, just satellites, semiconductors, targeting data, and the patient, systematic dismantling of the advantages that the West spent decades building. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.